their warm-up is on isosceles and equilateral triangles. We're going to go through and complete this. We do need to number it because it was not numbered. Even though we put them on here, they did not get numbered. So please number it as we do this so that you don't end up having a problem when you take the folder check. This is going to be number 1. You okay, son? Okay. So on problem number 1, we're starting off with an isosceles triangle. And an isosceles triangle, the biggest thing you got to do is mark the congruent angles. If these are the congruent sides, the angles that are going to be congruent are going to be the ones directly across from those. So this angle is going to be congruent to this one. That is not the 2 angles we were given. We cannot set these equal to each other. However, we do know if this one is 3x plus 6, then this one is also going to be 3x plus 6. And then guys, what do we know every triangle adds up to? 180. So we're going to do 3x plus 6 plus 3x plus 6 plus 5x plus 3, and it equals 180. So that's going to be 3, 3, and 5. That's going to give you 6. So it'll be 11x. Then you're going to add the 6, and the 3. That's going to be 12 plus 3. That'll be 15. Equals 180 when we combine like terms. Our first step is always to combine like terms. Then we solve it for x. So you're going to do minus 15, minus 15. It's going to be 11x is equal to 165. You're going to have to use calculators for this next part. Divide both sides by 11. 15. Okay. 15 is going to be your x. Now, they don't ask you for that. Please don't put that as your answer. They're asking you for the measures of the angles, which means you have to do what? Plug it back in. So when you plug it back in, we're going to do 3 times 15 plus 6. Okay, what did y'all get on that one? 51. So now, please listen. That's 51. That is for the 3x plus 6 here and the 3x plus 6 here. So this angle right here is 51, but so is this angle right here. They are both 51. G and F are both 51 degrees. 51. Okay. Both of those are 51. Now, there's 2 different ways you can find the vertex angle. You can add them together and subtract from 180, or you can just plug it back in. It doesn't matter. I don't care as long as you can get the right answer. I'm going to do 5 times 15 plus 3. 60, 75. I think it's 78. 78. And so 78 is your answer. You could have also done 51 plus 51 is 102, and 180 minus 102 is also 78. At the end, how can you check to make sure that that's right? Yeah, and they should equal 180. If you add them up, they should equal 180 degrees if there's 3 angles in a triangle. Okay, anybody have any concerns, questions, anything about that first example that you need to ask me about? Okay, these were the most missed problems on the assignment, and we're about to do the assignment again. Caleb, if you don't put that away, I'm going to take it. Put it off your desk. Come on. So, please make sure that you are paying attention, getting this down, because you're going to have to do this again in a minute. So, here we go. The next one. You have a triangle. In this triangle, you have an isosceles triangle right here. You have a right triangle right here. In this triangle, I could find this angle. Easy. 60 plus 90 is going to leave me 150, and 180 minus 150 be 30. But look at this. Does that 30 affect the other triangle at all? No. It's not necessary. I have this 60 down here, and my goal is to move to the triangle where the x is. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to use the fact that every straight line adds up to 180, and I'm going to do 180 minus that 60. When I do that subtraction, that's going to be 0, that's going to be 2. 120 is going to be my answer for that angle on the other side. Now, deciding what angle that is the key. These are the congruent sides, right here and right here. That 120 is right between those 2 congruent sides. Because it is between them, that is going to be the vertex angle inside of an isosceles triangle. We need to find these base angles that are going to be congruent to each other. So we're going to do 180. We're going to subtract that vertex angle of 120, and that's going to leave us 60. Are those angles 60? Because there's 2 of them. That wouldn't add up to 180. What can we do to the 60 to get it to be for each one of these? Yeah, just cut it in half, and each one is going to be 30. Perfect. Anybody have any concerns, questions, anything before we go to the back side? Oh, wait, make sure you wrote that this is number 2. Number 2. Make sure you wrote on there that's number 2. Okay, flip it over, guys. Okay, now the 2 on the back have the same idea, but they're going to be 2 isosceles triangles, I think. Yeah, we have 2 isosceles triangles instead of a right triangle and an isosceles triangle. So this is going to be number, wait, where's the top one? This is going to be number 3. Okay. For problem number 3, you're going to go through and you're going to start with the triangle that has a number in it. Start here. This side is congruent to this side, so this base angle is going to be congruent to this base angle. That's going to also be 29. Once I know 2 angles inside of a triangle, I'm going to add 29 plus 29. It's going to give me 58. And then every triangle is subtracted from 180, so 180 minus that 58. Y'all tell me. 122, thank you. So my vertex angle inside that triangle is going to be 122 degrees. Okay. Do y'all understand that every time you do that, when it's on a line like this, you're just doing like the opposite math from this? Instead of 180 minus 58, it's now going to be 180 minus 122, which is going to give me 58. It's like backwards from that. So the next thing I'm going to use is the fact that every straight line adds up to 180. I'm going to do 180 minus that 122, but like I said, it's just literally like the backwards of this, so it's going to be 58. Now, here's what you got to decide. Is the 58 the vertex angle, or is it one of the base angles? Once I highlight this, you should be able to tell me. This is one side that's congruent, this is the other side that's congruent. Is it a base angle or a vertex angle? Base. So if it's a base angle, this side is also going to be 58. Draw on your picture. If it's on the screen, put it on your paper. Draw it right on the picture. Okay. 58 plus 58, we're going to add those together. If you know 2 angles in a triangle, you add them together and subtract from 180. That's going to give us 16, 116. Okay. And then 180 minus 116. 64. Yes, no, baby. Yeah? Okay, I just want to make sure my arithmetic is right. So 64 is going to be our last angle in there, and that's the one we're looking for. You have to actually know which one you're actually putting an answer down for. 64 is the what you're putting down for an answer. Okay. Concerns, questions, anything so far? Okay, the bottom problem is exactly the same, but with different numbers. Try the last one on your own. See if you can get it now that we've done this. We put 2 of those on there almost identical to each other just so you could do it the second time, so you could see if you got it now. Try the last one, number 4. You done? You done 4? Give me just a minute. I'm almost done. Get to an answer. Don't say it yet. Let everybody try it. Get to an answer. Everybody try that one. Excuse me. So homecoming is next weekend, right? Is that next weekend? Yeah. Got an answer, guys? What do you think it is? 56? Yeah, oh, I got yeses. Okay, let's see. So if this is 31, it's a base angle inside of this isosceles triangle where the two sides are the same. So this one is also going to be 31. We add the 31 plus the 31. That's going to give us 62. And 180 minus 62 is going to leave us, what is it, guys? Something 8. 118. Okay, so 118. Then we do the whole idea of a straight line adds up to 180, which is just the backwards math of this. 180 minus that 118 is going to put me back at 62. We'll talk about that theorem coming up. That's when we talk about the exterior angle theorem. And then if this is 62, we're going to go over here. This is a base angle. That means this is also a base angle, which means this is 62. And we do the same math again. 62 plus 62 is 124. And 180 minus 124 is, 24. See, I'm going to the answer. Is it, yeah, 56. Perfect. Exactly right. There you go, guys. Nicely done. Anybody have any questions? Okay, this is part of your folder check. Please make sure that this is in your warm-up section and that you wrote down the date